Today, we're going to be covering the latest SEO news and what you've missed. And today, what you're going to learn is the latest drama on the Google leaks. It's not what you think. A free, new, easy to use tool for analyzing AI overviews. How I went from 0 to 24,000 traffic with SEO in 24 hours. And I'll show you the screenshot of that. Plus, why the SERPs are so crazy volatile right now. And I'm going to release a new SEO case study analyzing a site with millions of traffic so that we can learn step by step. Now, if you're enjoying this video, please smash a like on it. If you don't know who I am, I'm Julian Goldie. I own over 100 sites, built the SEO boardroom community and the SEO elite circle community with over 140 members, and I have a link building agency working with over 100 clients. So let's get straight into this. And the first place we're going to start is with the Google leaks, because there's been a crazy twist that I wasn't expecting today. We're going to share my screen. I'll show you exactly what I mean. By the way, if you have any questions, any comments, etc., feel free to post them inside the chat and I will answer them later in the video. So let's get straight into this. And the first place we're starting is with this tweet that came out from Dejan, as you can see right here. And basically, there was a bit of a twist in the Google leaks where actually Dejan, shout out to Dejan, I think I've pronounced his name right, actually released and found the Google leaks about a month ago, but didn't leak it, right? And he actually reported it to Google directly in the email thread. I'll show you that in a second. And tried to make sure that Google were aware of it before it got released, right? Which is very interesting to see. Now, if you're not familiar with this, basically, Google have these bounties where if you find a bug and that sort of thing, you can receive a payment, right? So you can receive payments for finding bugs and then reporting them and fixing them inside one of Google's platforms, right? So this blog was released right here. And it's basically a report saying that the anonymous guy who leaked Google's information, aka the algorithm leak that came out recently, and was one of the most valuable strategic resources in the history of SEO, but is now rendered nearly worthless. Now, why is that? It's because potentially, right, if you look at the algorithm leaks, potentially they're rendered useless because Google can now change things in the algorithm because it's kind of required to make some updates, right? Essentially, the algorithm's been leaked. That's what everyone thinks works right now. That's what everyone's going to analyze. But in the future, obviously, that's going to change because Google have to kind of fix things and twist things around so that it can't be manipulated in the same way. And so this information that has been leaked about Google's algorithm, where all the secrets are revealed, I'm going to come on to some of the updates that Google have made recently, but it kind of makes the algorithm even more volatile right now because there's going to be more changes that come across that change how the algorithm work step by step. And we'll keep going into this, but essentially, Dan tried to report this leak and message them about it so that it wouldn't be exposed. So it's quite an interesting thing to see that. And it wasn't what I was expecting, right? So obviously, I think everyone just thought that Rand Fishkin literally had access to the Google algorithm leak. But what you can see so far is that other people had access to it way earlier and must have seen the leak that came out and got published to the internet kind of mistakenly. And it's just absolutely crazy to see that. So we're going to keep going through now because this leads on to the next step of SEO news, which is that the algorithm, as you can see right here, has become very, very volatile recently, right? So since this leak has been released, obviously Google are kind of forced to make some moves and change the algorithm. And what you can see right here, if you look at the volatility sensor, bear in mind there's no official algorithm update rolling out right now. So it's not like there's a core update rolling out or anything like that. But essentially, since the algorithm was leaked, you can see that the SERPs and the volatility of the SERPs is higher than ever before, right? And so you can see right here in the SERPs, it was like green, 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 algorithm leak, right, boom. Let's start making it more volatile than ever before. Interesting to see that. And as we keep going on, Morad says, please record this video so I can watch it back after work, please. So the replay will be available to watch. If you just want to rewind it as well, you can as well. And if anyone has any questions, shout out to Morad. Feel free to post them inside the comments and we'll come on to them later. But it's interesting to see. I think that essentially, if you look at the algorithm leak, potentially it is rendered useless because Google are going to update their SERPs. And as you can see from Dejan's tweet, right, the update following the leak is one of the biggest spikes they've ever recorded in Google. Crazy stuff right there. So it'll be interesting to see what happens next in the SERPs. We'll keep going through now. So the next thing I want to share with you is how I went from 0 to 24,000 SEO traffic in literally 24 hours. So you can see this screenshot right here. This is a video that I published a few days ago. And one of the things that I found out about YouTube, right? If you're creating videos, and this would work, for example, with, it would also work, for example, with like any type of SEO, I think. But essentially, you can reverse engineer other high performing videos in your industry and then run them through Ahrefs, see what keywords they're ranking for, and then create a video or a blog post targeting that keyword. Now, the one thing I would say about videos is that Google seems to trust YouTube really well, which means that you can get a high velocity of traffic a lot in literally 24 hours, as you can see right here. Right now, if you want to see another example of that, what you can actually do is use this tool right here. They have a free version and a paid version. This is the Pro Tools, but you can actually use the free version as well, and it's got pretty accurate data. And if we go inside here and we go to alerts, you can actually switch between different trending pieces of information, right? So for example, you can set up an alert like I target keywords like AI SEO. I can see which videos have popped off, and then I can reverse those videos to see, okay, what keywords are they ranking for right now, right? So for example, if we switch to this and we go, right, AI SEO, and we look through the latest videos right here, for example, like this one, we can open it up, click on it, and then we can plug that through Ahrefs and see if it's ranking for any keywords, right? Now you can see that initially it does rank and start trending for a lot of keywords. It's got nearly 20,000 views on that particular video. If we open this up in the SERPs right now, I don't know if it's still ranking for keywords, but actually, yeah, you can see it is. And so what you can do is reverse engineer what keywords your competitors are ranking for, and then either create a blog or a video targeting that keyword as well. So for example, SEO AI tools or AI SEO tool or one-click SEO, etc. These are all keywords that could potentially generate you traffic, as you can see right here. And with a combination of using a tool like View Stats, setting up alerts for your keywords, then getting the keyword, the URL of the top performing videos, and running them through YouTube and creating similar content around those keywords, which you can find right here, you can rank for them pretty quickly as well. And this is a formula that I found works over and over and over again. So it's something new that I've discovered, but I would highly recommend checking out if you're doing videos or if you just want to find trending topics that you could potentially rank for as well. The next thing that I want to show you is the madness of Perplexity AI, right? Now, Perplexity AI, I'm a big fan of their tool. I really like their tool. It's a very powerful tool for using for AI searches, for generating external links, for proofreading your content, finding sources, etc. But what you can see right here is that they released this new feature a few days ago called Perplexity Pages, right? And you can see that they actually went, so bear in mind, they only released this like about a week ago. Their traffic has gone from 0 to 80,000 traffic. So you can see right here, this is their traffic stats. It's actually 79,000 in the chart, but 70,000 inside Ahrefs. And then you can check out the keywords there. It's quite easy to generate your own pages, right? Now, if you want to learn exactly how I do that step by step, you can check out this video tutorial right here. I'm not sure whether they're indexing publicly for users. Seems to be quite hard to get those pages indexing, but you can see the traffic stats are absolutely insane either way. And it's an interesting feature to check out. Rashid says, blogging for new publishers nearly died. I tried POD, dropshipping, FBA, etc. Nothing worked well, though I have 3 blogging projects with low income. What's your suggestion for new struggling bloggers? So I would highly recommend that you watch the video between myself and Charles Flo earlier this week. And this is basically a masterclass. It's about 45 minutes long, maybe 40 minutes long. It runs you through step by step exactly how Charles builds out new sites and gets them ranking very quickly to make money, right? You can see the video that I'm talking about right here. If you go to my YouTube lives and then scroll to this one right here, and it breaks down step by step the process for finding new potential topics that you could rank for and testing them before you build out a whole new site. Because the problem is right now, if you look at new publishers, independent publishers, so let's look at, for example, like retrododo.com or housefresh.com, or these sites that are doing all the right things, right? And they're creating really good content. If you look at those particular examples, what you can see right there is that is sort of that traditional method of building a new site from scratch and just crossing your fingers and putting them in the air and hoping that you're actually going to rank doesn't seem to work anymore, right? And so what you can do instead, if you watch that video, you'll see the full explanation. But what I would recommend instead is that you test ranking for those keywords on other platforms that rank very, very quickly. And if you want to see more about that, check out the SEO boardroom. But find more platforms that you can potentially rank for before building out a whole new site. Get the data on whether that offer converts. Get the data on whether you can realistically rank for those keywords by testing out with different platforms. And then from there, then build out your new site. But if you're trying to build out a new site from scratch without testing whether the offer actually converts, whether it makes money, and whether even if it does convert, the ROI justifies how much it costs to build out a new site and the time involved, etc., then that's a very outdated method that just isn't working anymore in 2024, right? So get the data first, see what converts, and then from there, start building out your own site. That's probably the best way to do it. Otherwise, you're going to end up in a situation where, it's just too hard to compete, because if you look at who's ranking in the SERPs right now, the sites with the most backlinks and a lot of authority are the ones winning. Now, if you want to see more details on that, check out the SEO boardroom. I'll show you a few freebies from that later on today. But essentially, that's how it works step by step. And if anyone else has questions, feel free to post them inside the comments. But getting back to the news so far, another thing that was announced recently, I've seen a lot of people tweeting about this, is partial recoveries from the March core update, right? So if we pull up this particular tweet from Cyrus Shepherd, you can see that he tweeted, starting to see partial recoveries in a couple of client sites hit by Google's March core update, right? So the March core update was released on March the 5th, rolled out algorithmically and manually as well. A lot of sites got hit, and what you can see is the traffic dropped substantially for that website after March the 5th. So this is around March right here. It looks like it was actually trending downwards anyway. And then the traffic dropped substantially, but you can see that it's beginning to lift a bit more too. Now, I've seen a few people tweet about this recently within the last sort of 7 days. So it's quite interesting to see that some people are actually recovering from the March update, which makes me think if you combine the Google leaks, the volatility of the SERPs after the leaks, and then potential signs of a lot of sites recovering from the March core update, makes you think something massive has changed in the algorithm for sure. And whether that's because of the leaks or not, it's quite an interesting thing to ponder. The SEO man says, would you recommend getting backlinks from Fiverr providers? I would say absolutely not. No way, no. And the reason for that is because most of the backlinks that you'll find on Fiverr, right, are not editorially added, which means that they've not contacted a website and asked that website owner to manually insert the backlink into their content. And so if they don't do that, there's no like quality vetting in the content. If there's no vetting of the content and the backlink that's being placed, and anyone can build it because it's not editorially added, then that backlink isn't worth much. If you want to get the best backlinks, I would say outreach, right? So link inserts, for example, work really, really well. We do that for, we do link building for hundreds of clients. We do white label SEO for a lot of agencies as well, working with big clients. And it's just a very predictable, scalable process. It works over and over again. So I would recommend that instead. If you want to learn more about that, check out the link to book in a free link building acceleration session directly inside the comments. But essentially, that's how it works step by step. Because the thing about these Fiverr link providers as well is that they're just focused on how much volume can they get, right? They don't really care about their clients' results. There's no accountability. Like if they build you a bad backlink, well, the order's already over. They've already made the money and they can move on. Like they're not responsible for your website, essentially. And so if you work with an agency instead, then that agency takes accountability. Usually they give you an account manager like we do, and they can work step by step to grow your website, to get you more backlinks, and to build you actual high quality backlinks that are actually going to increase your rankings. And that's the biggest difference, right? It's all about the vetting, it's all about the quality, and it's all about the accountability of results. So we're going to keep moving on right now. I'm going to show you this free, easy tool to check out AI overviews, right? So this is a free Chrome extension that just came out recently. And if we add this to Chrome right here, I've not tested it properly, but what you can see is it analyzes Google AI overviews and the impact analysis of those. So you can see, for example, the main features are you can check for AI overviews with unlimited keywords. It gives you reports showing the percentage of keywords with an AI overview, analyzes keyword lengths and their impact with a pie chart, and it shows you some of the cited links, right? So you can know, right, are you going to rank with AI overviews or not? Right. So, for example, if we go onto Google right here and we put in what is SEO after you've installed the Chrome extension right here, this is free, as I said. What you can see right here is comes up with this pop up, and it's called AI Overview Impact Analysis. Now, like I said, I've not tested it properly, but it's something to check out for sure. And what you can do from here is you can put in, for example, I don't know, like what is SEO into the SERPs. We'll type that. It's processing the keyword, creating the AI overviews you can see, and then it should give you a report on what's ranking and what's not, right? So you can see keywords with AI overview versus not. You can basically plug in your main keywords you're already ranking for into this tool right here, and then you can check, okay, with these current keywords that I'm getting traffic from, what's the impact before and after for my website in terms of traffic? Now, additionally, what you can see here is that it gives you a keyword length report that seems to give you. Right, I'm not sure about that one. Like I said, I've not tested this myself. And there's also got a citation report, right? So it shows you who AI overviews is actually linking to right here. Now, what's interesting about this is we can plug this into Ahrefs batch analysis. And if we plug that into batch analysis like so, and we take those URLs and hit analyze, we can actually check, okay, what's the average domain rating of those websites that's ranking within AI overviews? And basically, do we have a shot of ranking or not? Right. And so we're going to hit analyze like so. Hopefully that generates something. Might have to put them into a list. Let's try that. If not, we'll check them one by one. So there we go. And then we'll hit analyze. Hopefully that pulls something up. There we go. Right, and you can see the average DR of the websites we're ranking for. Now, what's interesting about AI overviews, right, is that even though Google is rolling them out now, and even though they've sort of pulled back a bit because of everything that happened and all the sort of chaos that happened around AI overviews, what you can see right here is that really the lowest DR website that's ranking in AI overviews is a DR50. And then the websites with the most DR or on average, like I would say between DR70 and DR90 and above, right? And so it tends to rank really high authority websites in the top 10. Let's have a look at domain check. So you can check your domain name here. Let's put, for example, I don't know. Let's try youtube.com. So you can check whether you appear for that keyword inside AI overviews at all. Interesting. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask them. If not, we'll keep moving on. We'll move on to this case study with millions of traffic right here. So I'm just going to pull this up. This is a website that is performing really well because one of the things that a lot of people have been saying after the latest updates, after the helpful content update, for example, is that sites with ads got hit. But if we look at this particular example right here, we can see that this site is ranking for 18 million traffic. And over the last, let's have a look, last month or so, it's still getting millions of traffic. Now, if we pull this particular site up and we'll check out the content that they've created, you can see number one, there's no real like EAT on the site, right? So there's no like about me page or author bio or anything like that. And also it's got quite a lot of ads, right? So you can see ad there, there, and there, right? There's 5 different spots for ads on the page. And what's interesting to see about this is that it seems like you can still get millions of traffic even if you have ads on the site, right? So obviously a lot of the analysis of the helpful content update and the core update said sites with ads, they're the ones who got smacked. And there was a lot of examples of that. But there's definitely some outliers. And there's definitely sites that are still making money with ads directly on their site. So it's interesting to see that because I think there'll be more and more case studies that open up and showcase different sites. Now, the one thing that I would say about that, the one caveat about this site is that it is a DR85 website, right? So it has a lot of authority. And one of the things I'm wondering, for example, if you look at Forbes.com, which is monetized with a lot of ads, and all these other big websites that are getting more traffic than ever and are still monetized with ads, it tends to be that if they have a lot of domain authority, they didn't take a big hit, right? But if they don't have a lot of domain authority and they have a lot of ads on their site, I've seen way more examples of those sites getting hit. Now, finally, we've been through all the news. We've covered so far the latest drama on the Google leaks and basically how that was reported a month earlier and found a month earlier by other people and still didn't get stopped. We also saw a free, new, and easy to use tool analyzing AI overviews. We've covered how it went from 0 to 24,000 traffic with SEO, why the SERPs are so volatile right now, and a new SEO case study analyzing site with millions of traffic, even though it's still got ads. Final thing that I want to say is there's a lot of people, and I see this in the comments all the time with YouTube comments, is that people are struggling to get rankings. Now, the one thing that I would say right here, from what I've seen so far, is that it's actually easier than ever to get a lot of traffic with SEO if you have the right strategies, right? So, for example, if you look at these member wins, this is from the SEO boardroom where I post like actionable stuff. It's the only place on the internet where I post actionable tactics daily for SEO. You can see that just since June the 7th, loads of members in the SEO boardroom are getting results every single day with SEO. And this was the week before, right? So you can see the week before, some clients were launching a new site and made $500 in the first 2 weeks. Another person ranked number 2 in 19 hours, etc. Like if you're struggling with SEO, just know that it is easier than ever if you have the right strategies, right? You've just got to find the right place and connect with the right people to get those results. So if you want to check out the SEO boardroom, links inside the comments description. You actually get a yearly discount of 63% if you sign up for a year. And if you want to book in a free SEO strategy session, feel free to book that in. Links inside the comments description. We haven't really got any comments or questions today. Pretty chill one, I would say. But yeah, if you want to get a free SEO strategy session, basically personalize everything that we've talked about today, one-to-one, on a call, build you out a custom-made game plan, give you actionable ways to improve your content, give you actionable ways to rank, etc. Feel free to book that in and appreciate you watching as always. See you on the next one. Bye bye.